Hello friends, we are here today with our friend the TBR jar. She is back, she is ready, and we're gonna get into it. Last TBR we picked with a random color generator. I already have my idea of what I'm doing next time, but every other TBR we pick it with our tried and true TBR jar. What are we looking to get? Honestly, the only thing that I'm like going to really be trying to get on the TBR that I'm like yes immediately is my book club pick for the month, because otherwise it'll just be added as a random 11th book. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Hannah, welcome. Well, glad to have you, please subscribe. But basically, I don't do my TBRs monthly because my reading is so all over the place. Like, I might read 10 books a month. I last month read 37. You never know with me where it's gonna go. So I just pick a TBR, I read them all, and then I pick another TBR, and then I read them all, so on and so forth. And I always pick 10 books because I have tried picking 15, and by the time I get to like the last couple of books, I'm no longer interested. So to keep things fun and exciting, we do them 10 at a time. And we're gonna pick some prompts. This is looking a little light. She used to be full to the top. But we're gonna pick our first prompt. And again, the only thing I'm trying specifically to get in is a book club, and if I can't, then we'll just throw it in at the end. LOL. The first prompt is random color generator, which is so funny because the last TBR was a random color generator picks my TBR. Signal green. Okay. This is like a very just like tried and true straight up green color. It's gonna have to be this book now because I've gone through such a trouble to get it that if I don't end up picking it, that would just be wild. Is it the most green book? No, but does it have signal green on it? For sure. And is it a quick and easy filler type book? Also, yes. So I think our green book is going to be this, which is Keep Your Enemies Close by Lucinda Berry. The leaves, very green. No idea what this is. I just know that Lucinda Berry's books are pretty short and pretty quick to get through. And it says, a mom's night out goes horribly wrong. When Kirsten McCann, president of the West Hollywood's Moms Club, turns out dead in her own pool, it quickly becomes clear this wasn't an accident, and all party guests, all members of the exclusive club, are now key suspects in her murder. Accusations fly, and three mothers find themselves in the center of the investigation. Whitney, Brooke, and Jade all have heavy secrets to bear and possible motives for their friend's murder. But as the police look closer, more secrets, betrayals, and sinister plots are revealed than the women could ever imagine. With everything at stake, deceit threatens to shatter the illusion of their perfect life. West Hollywood will never be the same again. And it is a multi-POV and timeline, so that should keep the story moving and keep it interesting. So that's book number 1. It's always so fun. I always get so much fun. Another thing that I'm like vaguely trying to is I try to have a book of the month and possibly my Afterlight pick, but I'm not like dying to get those. I swear to God this is not rigged. A book of the month book. Okay, that's wild. We have a lot of them, and honestly, this one right here, again and again, I do currently have the audiobook available for it, and this is my book of the month book that I've had on my TBR the longest. So I think we are actually gonna go with this. What the heck? This is Again and Again by Jonathan Evison. And this is Who is Eugene Miles? A lonely old man clinging to his delusions and rehearsing his fantasies, or a legitimate anomaly. A 1,000-year-old man who continues to search for the love he lost a long time ago. What we know is that Gino is living out his final days in an elder care facility. Bored and curmudgeon, as he struggles to connect with his new nursing assistant, Angel. Gino's latest caregiver is skeptical of his insistence on having lived a string of lives, dating all the way back to the medieval Spain, where, as a petty thief, he first lucked upon a lady only to lose it and spend the next 1,000 years trying to recapture it. As Angel comes to learn the truth about Gino, so too does the reader, and his miraculous story comes to the head, and so does the biggest truth of all, that love, timeless, often elusive, is something right in front of us. So that'll be fun. We've got a literary fiction. That's so funny. What are the odds that I would get the book of the month one? Anywho, grab this one. Starts with the letter I. Okay. This kind of narrows things down, and we will see what we have that begins with an I. Okay. If You Tell a Lie by Lucinda Berry. I don't really want another Lucinda though, so I'm probably not going to pick that unless it's the only I on the TBR. It's Elementary by Elsie Bryant. We have 2 I's so far. In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarrows. That was requested for me to read by my friend Emily. I don't think that In the Weeds is, I think that's not the next one in that series for me, so that's not going to really count towards anything. Interesting Facts About Space by Emily Austin. Then over in the other colors, TW In the Woods by Tana French, or Tana French. I don't know which is correct, but that is a choice, for sure a choice. Jump for Joy based on just the I. So I think we're gonna go with the Rebecca Yarrows one, just because I know my friend Emily really recommended this. So we will go with In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarrows. I think this is sad. Is it a second chance if you've never had the first? When Izzy Astor gets on a plane to go home, she isn't expecting much. It's the usual holiday travel experience, busy, crowded, and stressful. Then she stops her seatmate, who's anything but ordinary. Then she spots her seatmate, who's anything but ordinary. Nate Phelan sports dark hair, blue eyes, and deliciously rugged charm that Izzy can't resist. Their connection is unbearable, or undeniable. Izzy never believed in destiny before, but she does now. Just 90 seconds after takeoff, their plane goes down in the Missouri River. Their lives change, they change. Nate goes on to a career in the military, while Izzy finds her way into politics. Despite few chance encounters over the years, the timing never feels right. Then comes a high-stakes reunion in Afghanistan, where Nate is tasked with protecting Izzy's life. He'll do anything to keep her safe, and everything to win her heart. So that seems emotional. Okay. That one was a bit more tricky than the other 2 have been. Got this one. A contemporary fiction book. Okay. That's not too hard. We have this one, which is pretty new. The Griffin Sisters' Greatest Hits. I'm pretty sure that's contemporary fiction. I think Sandwich is contemporary fiction. The Door-to-Door Bookstore. I think I may pick that actually, because I think me and my friend Christy have been really wanting to read this book. So I'm gonna pick The Door-to-Door Bookstore by Carson Henn. This is a small German bookseller. Karl Kohlhoff delivers his books to special customers in the evening hours after closing time, walking through the picturesque alleys of the city. These people are almost like friends to him, and he is their utmost connection to the world. When Kohlhoff unexpectedly loses his job, it takes the power of books and a 9-year-old girl to make them all find the courage to rebuild their bonds with one another. And it's super short. It's like 200 pages, and that sounds really cutesy. I love a book with like a old man and like a young child, or like a younger person combo, where they like learn to be happy about life again. Okay. A new to me author. Okay, that's also very fun. I haven't really picked anything from the black and white shelves, so maybe I can look over there and see if there is anything that's super speaking out to moi. I mean, there's tons of new to me authors over there, so I think that is really helpful as well. This has pretty bad ratings, so I would like to get it off my TBR if it's not good, but this is called Dearest by Jackie Walters. And this one is a book, another book of the month pick. A new mom in need of help opens the doors to her long estranged mother only to invite something much darker inside. Flora is a new mom enamored of her baby girl Iris, who has arrived a few weeks early. But when her husband is still deployed, Flora must navigate the newborn stage alone. As the sleepless nights pass in their half-empty house, the edges of her reality begin to blur. Household items seem to move on their own accord, and Flora is certain someone is talking to Iris through the baby monitor. Just as Flora becomes convinced she is losing her mind, a surprising guest shows up to help. Flora's own mother, whom she hasn't spoken to in years. Will caring for the baby help them to mend their fraught relationship and start anew, or is there more that Flora's mother isn't telling her about the events that led to the estrangement? As the stranger and the scarier events unfold, Flora begins to fear that her mother's secrets have allowed something truly evil to enter the home. She must decide, is her hold on reality slipping dangerously away, or is she in fact the only thing standing behind a terrifying visitor and her baby? It sounds amazing. It sounds right up my alley, but I know it has really bad reviews, but I've never read from this author, so we can give that one a go. Why not? Why not give her a go? Not been able to secure book club yet, so there's that. A book with an even number of pages. Okay, so I can grab book club and check, and it's either even or odd, so we got a 50-50 chance. This is my book club pick for the month of May, and we are looking for an even number of pages. That's the acknowledgements. We're not going to count those. That would be cheating. 53. Okay, it's odd. So that's not going to work. I have been really wanting to read this, Mile High, by Liz Tom Ford. I'm pretty sure you pronounce the E. That's an odd number as well. Okay, if you say so. We can try maybe my Afterlight pick. Also odd. What is happening? What's the second book in this series? This is the second book in the Done and Dusted series. This is like an excerpt from the next book. I'm not gonna count that. We're not gonna the end of this book. Odd. It's another odd number. Okay. What's the first book in the Well Met? You know what, we can actually, let's check Mockingjay. Maybe we can continue with this instead of starting a new series. Oh my god, a 0. There we go. We have got an even page. We are gonna read Mockingjay. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 6. So this is book number 7. Odd number of pages, baby. Author with the same initials as me. So my initials is HZ, and I don't have that, but there's some. I think I'm gonna go with Hannah Bonham Young, because my name is Hannah. So Hannah and then a Y, I think it kind of works, right? It's pretty close to a Z, and it's the same first name. Just want to make sure I'm not reading anything out of order. Okay. This is the first book. We're gonna go with Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. We're just pretending that's not there. It's just HY, okay? Pretty close to HZ. So this is, I think, the accidental pregnancy trope, which I'm not a fan of, but it is like they both have limb differences, I believe. And so Winifred Wynne McNulty has always been wildly independent, not to be coddled for her limb difference. Wynn has spent most of her life trying to prove that she can do it all on her own. With some minor adjustments, she's doing just fine. Hooking up at costume party with the incredibly charming Beau changes everything. She finds herself pregnant, decides to keep the baby. While Beau is surprisingly elated to step up to the plate, Wynn is unsure she can handle this new challenge. Together, Wynn and Beau decide to get to know each other as friends and nothing more while they embark on this parenting journey together. But they both know by now life rarely goes according to plan. So I think this will be cute. Should be cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 3 more. Number 8. Ooh, starts with the letter J. J is a hard letter. There is a book over there that I'm gonna, I think, probably pick. I almost went to go pick it for a new to me author, so that would be cool if I could just grab it. You know what, I'm not even gonna mess around. It's at the bottom of the stack. That's the only reason I was trying to not grab it, but I want to read it. I literally have no idea what this is about. I remember I read the description and it sounded good enough because I loved the cover. Tell me this is not an amazing book cover. This is called Jobs for Girls with Artistic Flair. And this says, Gina Mully is determined to become a tattoo artist, but this is 1985 when tattooing is still a gritty fringe culture and her whimsical style is far from the norm. Yet luck is on Gina's side. Her older brother Dominic owns a tattoo shop and he reluctantly grants her a 1 year to prove herself. Gina devotes herself to the craft, but her world is turned upside down when a mysterious psychic and her assistant Anna arrive on the scene. Anna's friendship inspires Gina to step out of Dominic's shadows and embrace her own quirky self in her art and beyond. Just as Gina finds herself falling in love with Anna, oh my god, a gay book. We love a gay book. Dominic gives Gina an ultimatum and she's faced with the impossible choice. Is this newfound independence and a shot at romance worth sacrificing her dreams, or can she find a way to have it all? And then the cover art is by Becca Janae Bacon and it's amazing. So, book with a J. I'm very excited. Yep, 2 more. Book number 9. A book with a black cover. Pretty easy with my color-coded bookshelves, you know what I'm saying? I'll go find something and I'll BRB. Been on a kick with this author lately, and so I am gonna pick this book, which is a signed copy, thanks to my dear friend, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. 15-year-old Fern arrives at the home in the swelling summer of 1970, pregnant, frightened, and alone. Under the watchful eye of the stern Miss Wellwood, she meets dozens of other girls in the same predicament. There's Rose, a hippie who insists she's going to find a way to keep her baby and escape to a commune, and Zinnia, a budding musician who plans to marry her baby's father, and Holly, a wisp of a girl barely 14, mute and pregnant by no one knows who. Everything the girls eat every moment of their waking day and everything they're allowed to talk about is strictly controlled by the adults who claim they know what's best for them. When Fern meets a librarian who gives her an occult book about witchcraft, the power is in the hands of the girls for the first time in their lives. But power can destroy as easily it creates, and it is never given freely. There's always a price to be paid, and it's usually paid in blood. So, this is a black cover. Now, do we think we're going to be able to get the Abby Jimenez book, or is it just going to be a bonus 11th book? We will see. We will try our best. A book with foil on the cover. It, I don't think has foil. No foiling. Okay. Perfect. We will then pick Fan Service by Rosie Danan because I wanted to get this on the TBR. It was one of the 2 things, and it's got foiling on the cover. So that'll be our foil on the cover book. And then just a bonus on the TBR is going to be my book club pick, which is Say You'll Remember Me by Miss Abby Jimenez, which I'm excited for. I love Abby Jimenez. So we have got Say You'll Remember Me. I don't know that I'm going to be able to hold them all, but I will try my best. We've got Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, Again and Again by Jonathan Evison, Dearest by Jackie Walters. The Door-to-Door Bookstore by Karsten Henn. Fan Service by Rosie Danan. Then we have got Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. Keep Your Friends Close by Lucinda Berry. And The Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. Jobs for Girls with Artistic Flair by June Gervius. And Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. That is everything. That's going to be my next TBR. I gotta go brainstorm some video ideas, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.